Next up, we have a couple of Nintendo DS games. Now, as far as DSs go, I've been trying to collect one of each type of design. So at the moment, I have a DS Lite, I have a new Nintendo 2DS, and I have the original Nintendo 3DS, and I have a original 2DS, the one that's not a clamshell, which, by the way, I find to be the most fun to play on. Super comfortable. I tend to play the DS while I'm laying back, and those clamshells tend to wobble a little bit while I'm playing them, but the flat design of the 2DS feels really nice to play while laying. So anyways, we have Transformers Decepticons. I emulated this for a little bit and really enjoyed it. I didn't expect to be purchasing anything other than first-party titles for the Nintendo DS, but after emulating Transformers Decepticon and a couple of other Transformers games, they're surprisingly good. So if you're interested in Transformers at all, pick up Transformers Decepticons. It's a really good game, and I'm really looking forward to playing it. This might be the next game that I play for my DS. Since I was already picking up the Transformers game, I thought I might as well pick up this Iron Man game as well. As I've mentioned before, I do collect licensed games for the PlayStation consoles, so maybe I'll pick up licensed games for the DS as well. So we have Iron Man here, and I honestly have no clue what type of a game this is, if it's any good. It looks like it's a third-person adventure action kind of a game, but again, no clue if it's any good. I'm not sure if it plays well, controls well, has good sound, anything like that. I've seen nothing. I just saw it for a couple of dollars at that flea market and thought, I'll pick it up and give it a try. So back into the world of Nintendo, I have the majority of the games that I bought here actually are for the 3DS. First one here is Transformers Dark of the Moon. Again, like I said before, these Transformers games are really good. I don't know, that they don't have any right being this good for what they are for a licensed game. This is another one that I had emulated. It's a vehicle combat kind of a game, and I had a good time with it. I'll be showing some video in here about what it's like, but again, if you like Transformers and you have a 3DS, give this one a go. It was absolutely fun. It definitely persuaded me when I emulated it to go out and buy the actual copy of it. So Transformers Dark of the Moon. Oh, one other thing with these. I didn't realize, and maybe it's been such a long time since I had purchased any DS games, was that the thickness is so different on these cases. The 3DS is noticeably thinner than the actual DS case. And I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm saying something that's very obvious to people who have a lot of DS and 3DS games. But for myself, where I only have 20 or so 3DS games and just got my first couple of DS games, I didn't realize that until I had them both in my hands and in each hand. You know, when I originally had a DS Lite, that was my first DS, I only ever had the DS cases. I never had a 3DS until more recently. And then at the time, I only had those DS cases. And since getting a 3DS, I only purchased 3DS games. So these now being my first DS games here and holding them in hand, I totally didn't realize it. I totally understand how stupid that sounds right now. But I just wanted to point out that they are so much thinner, and you can get about 25% more of them onto a shelf if you were to compare them, shelf over shelf. Next up is Super Mario 3D Land. Now, before I get into this, I gotta ask, I noticed this in my last game, it had a red case. Does the red case signify anything? When I collect PlayStation games or play those, the red case means it's the greatest hits or the PlayStation hits. Is this some kind of a hits series? I know Nintendo has like the player's choice. Is that the same thing as that? Did someone just put this into a red case, but it should be in a white case? I truly don't know. If the red case means anything special, let me know in the comment. But again, Super Mario 3D Land here. This is something that my daughter already owns. She has a loose copy of this game for her 3DS, and she loves it. She never really beat it. It's a copy we found at a thrift store that had I think a save on it with most of the levels or all the levels beat. So she goes back and has like 100 lives or more on it. she goes back and she plays random levels and has a really good time with it. So I didn't want to take her copy, and I found this one for a pretty good price at the flea market, and so I picked it up. Pokemon Y. I am playing through my first Pokemon game right now on the 3DS. I am playing Pokemon Moon. I've never touched a Pokemon game before other than, I believe I played Emerald emulated when I was younger. I never had the actual copy. I never had a Game Boy or a Game Boy Color or a Game Boy Advance. Never owned any of those. My first handheld was a Nintendo DS Lite, which I know could play Game Boy Advance games, but I never played any Pokemon games. And so I'm playing through my first, again, Pokemon Moon. Some people say it has a really good story. Other people don't enjoy it. I seem to be having a good time with it. I'm nearing the end of it. I have most of my Pokemon are over level 50 at the moment. I'm having a good time playing it. So looking forward to playing Pokemon Y. I have a friend who is obsessed with Pokemon, and he said, you should be able to beat this game in a couple of hours. Like, I don't think that's how this works. But how long did it take you to beat Pokemon Y? Was it a shorter one for you? Was it too easy for you? He claims it's one of the easier games, and I don't mind that. I'm not looking for a crazy challenge when I'm playing a game. I just want to be entertained by the story and play through it and just kill some time. I typically play my DS when I'm hanging out with my daughter and she's watching something or playing something on a tablet or reading a book, and I'll be laying there next to her and we'll be chatting and playing the game. So there we go, Pokemon Y, adding that to the collection. Next up we have the New Super Mario Bros. 2. I had the original New Super Mario Bros. For my DS Lite that I've mentioned before a couple of times, and loved it. Thought it was a great move for Nintendo to create these. And I had not played the New Super Mario Bros. 2. So it is a side-scrolling Mario game, very similar to the first, and I'm very much looking forward to playing this one. I find it difficult to play some of these Mario platformers on the handheld devices, so this might be just one that I pick up and play a couple of levels and put down and play something else, and then pick up and play a couple of levels. It's likely not one that I'm going to just play straight through. And why not add another Pokemon game in Pokemon Rumble Blast? I'm not familiar with the Rumble series, I guess. I don't know how many there are, or if Blast's like a remake of Rumble, or if it's just Rumble Blast is the game, but I totally realize I can go and look this up. But I like to build community and talk with some folks and help engage with people to answer questions I may have so we can talk about these. So tell me about Pokemon Blast or Pokemon Rumble Blast. Is it one of the better ones in the series? Is it a standalone or what? I picked it up because, again, I am looking to collect first-party titles for the Nintendo. And since Pokemon doesn't exist anywhere other than Nintendo, this counts for the collection. I'm looking forward to giving it a go and trying it out. The final pickup from my vacation and the flea marketing is Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. Now, I do know that there are other Mystery Dungeon games in the series, spanning multiple devices. I don't know all their names or what devices they're on, but I know they exist. And Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon was not terribly expensive when I found it, so I decided to add it. I love things that are dungeon crawlers, so if this is like a dungeon crawler, I'm going to be pretty excited for it. I like action RPGs, so if it's like that, I'm going to be excited for it. Just looking forward to playing this one. Do you have any thoughts on Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon or any of the other Mystery Dungeon games? Let me know. So overall, I'd say the vacation was a lot of fun. Not just for the game collecting, which you can see here, picking up things for the Genesis, the PS2, the PS3, 3DS, DS, and the Xbox One, but we had a lot of fun as well. I'm really enjoying it, being a father, and she does enjoy video games with me, just not in the way that I do. So when she picks up a game, she doesn't tend to do the quests, or she doesn't really read the directions or follow the story at all. She just hops in and jumps around and collects a few things or drives a car somewhere. And it really reminds me of when I was younger and played Grand Theft Auto for the first time. And people might be thinking, Grand Theft Auto, you were a kid playing Grand Theft Auto. Don't act like you didn't do it too. You played Grand Theft Auto when you were younger. And if you were like me and you were somewhere in your early teens to tweens, if you will, you hopped into a car that you probably stole from somebody, ripped them out of the car, and then you turned on the radio station and you just drove around the city. I can remember just driving and listening to the radio, whether it was Flock of Seagulls that was playing, or if I was listening to some talk radio or some comedy station. I thought it was super cool to be able to do that and explore the city and play a game my own way. I totally didn't even know that there were quests in Grand Theft Auto. I was that naive to the game. But I had a really good time with it. And so, long story short, my daughter has fun the way that she wants to have fun with games. And I'm excited that she finds other ways to have fun in her life as well. Whether it's roller coasters or softball or crafts and arts or just hanging out with her friends doing things. I think it's really great for her to be able to explore and figure things out on her own. For me, it was through games. I learned a ton through games, but for her, it can be her own thing. And we'll share a special time together with games every now and again. So if you found any cool games lately at a flea market or while you were on a road trip and you weren't even expecting to do it, let me know about them. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment. And let's build a collection.